Shout out to Adian, bro. He said the GTA 6 characters we don't know about yet. And of course, it's going to be mad characters that we don't know about yet. Obviously. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a lot of characters in the background. Not background, but, you know, within the story. And I'm looking forward to knowing these characters. I'm looking forward to seeing all of the different personalities and things of that nature. So that's going to be dope as hell, bro. Like, just seeing all of that. Let's get into this. Let's see what he has to say about the characters. And, fuck yeah, bro. Let's do this.
So we know a lot of information about Jason, Lucia, and even some of the side characters like Cal and Brian. But what you maybe didn't know is that there have been a good number of characters shown off in the trailers and the screenshots that are going to end up in the game, but we don't know much about them just yet. So in today's video, I want to go over those characters that we don't know a whole lot about yet and try and figure out where they fit into the story and what their relationship is with the other characters that we do know about. Now, the first character that I want to talk about is this guy that we see at the bar and in the—
Hey, I saw that. Yo, you know what's crazy, bro? I didn't even see this nigga. I didn't even see this nigga in this frame, bro, at all. I didn't see him in this frame at all. That's the dude that was doing the selfie joint with Jason and Lucia. I guess that's a friend of theirs, both of them. Or that might be somebody that's related to Lucia, maybe like her brother or family member, because I think that's one of Lucia's friends as well. Or family member. Like I said, it might be a family member. You never know. But yeah, bro, he was the one that was doing the selfie joint. Yeah.
The nightclub with Jason and Lucia. He's the guy that yells out "Save Vice City, baby" towards the end of the second trailer. And it seems like we can also see him entering the nightclub in this shot of Jason and Lucia outside.
Oh, that's him right there?
And based on the number of times
it is him wearing the purple shirt
and the screenshots, it seems like he is a friend of Jason and Lucia's. And I should also say that I don't think that these characters not being on the website and being kind of left to the side means anything about their prominence in the story. I just think that it's likely that later on down the line, maybe when we get a bit closer to the launch of the game, we'll learn more about these characters that have been left off the website for the time being. But anyway, if we go back to that bar scene, we can see another character hanging out with a character that we just finished talking about.
Yo, this nigga's spot on, bro. You could tell we all think alike. For the most part. We all be thinking alike, bro. Because I just called that shit out. Like her too. I was like her too, because they just seem like they either close friends with Lucia and Jason, or I know they're Hispanic. I don't know if they're Dominican or Cuban, Colombian. I don't know, but I know they're Hispanic, so I don't know if they're related. I don't know if they're Dominican and related to Lucia. You know, so.
And it seems like these two are pretty close, and we gotta assume that she's friends with Jason and Lucia as well. Now, if I had to make a prediction as to how these two characters fit into the story of GTA 6, I think that they're going to serve as sort of a grounding element in the story, because you have all this chaos in the drug and crime world that Jason and Lucia
know if that's a sister or not.
But I think that these two characters are going to serve as a contrast to the chaos and destruction and death that exists in Jason and Lucia's crime life, and provide something that's a little bit more normal and stable. And then obviously you have Cal hanging out with him at the bar, which will serve as kind of a bridge between both worlds. Because Cal is involved in both aspects of Jason's life. He's his friend personally and he's
business.
Also working with him at Brian's Marina, which, as we already know, is involved in crime. And speaking of Brian and his Marina, let's move on to the next unknown character, which seems to be Brian's pilot. Now, this guy...
Hold on, all right.
Shows up
because Shifty said some funny shit. Shifty's like plot twist. Brian's pilot gonna turn on him.
He's in a bunch of the screenshots.
I noticed him.
The second trailer.
Now I'm noticing.
But notably, he's never very prominent in any of the scenes that he's featured in. And this gives me the vibe that he's going to be mostly silent and probably a little bit mysterious, but always present. I mean, look at this screenshot of Brian at the bar. He's just kind of standing over here, leaning on the rail, and seemingly minding his own business.
Probably his right hand man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, I don't know. Sweet Pumpkin, no, you're good. You're good. Take care of your family. You good. Trust me. I haven't even been streaming. This is like my first stream since I've been sick. You know what I'm saying?
The vibe that maybe he's there as like a bodyguard or some sort of protection.
That's what I'm thinking. He's a bodyguard.
I'm just reading into it a little bit too far. And given how often he's showing up in the screenshots, it seems like he's pretty good friends with Jason at least, and maybe Cal too, since he shows up at the mini golf.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's more vocal in the game. It's just we're seeing screenshots, so we're not really knowing how he really is. So maybe.
place with Cal in this screenshot. Now, if we go back to the other screenshot at the bar, we can see that the pilot is actually talking to yet another unknown character that shows up several times throughout the screenshots. Obviously here, she has the iguana on her shoulder, but we can also see her in this screenshot with the iguana on her shoulder again. And it's very likely that this is the same iguana we see at the beginning of trailer 2. So it seems likely that this is just another character that's kind of relevant and around in the area where Jason lives. Kind just of like the woman we saw call out to Jason as he drove by in his car in the trailer. The next character that I want to talk about is the police officer that we see in several of the scenes in trailer 2.
This dude, he gonna be one of the most crooked niggas. I already know it, bro. This gonna be one of the most crooked characters in Grand Theft Auto history. He might not be worse than Tenpenny, because Tenpenny, boy. But I feel like he's going to play like that type of, you know.
Now, obviously, we don't know anything about this character outside of what we saw in the trailer, but it seems like this is going to be a character that is featured pretty prominently in the game. Now, whether or not he is working with or against Jason and Lucia is yet to be determined, but I could honestly see it going either way. And if we follow Rockstar's past with their stories, it's probably going to be that Jason and Lucia get an in with this cop and then they betray him. Or maybe the cop betrays them. Either way, a betrayal is going to happen here.
It's going to be something crazy that's going to happen.
Jason is a police officer in the game, then you can probably go ahead and connect the dots here and assume that Jason is working with the cop here because he's also a cop. But I personally do not believe that Jason is going to be an undercover police officer, and I have a whole other video about that topic.
Police
so
can
if you're
use dogs
interested in hearing my thoughts,
oh god!
And the last set of unnamed characters that I want to talk.
Like I said, police can use dogs, tear gas. Go back. I don't know if that's true. Obviously, take it with a grain of salt. They said police can use dogs, tear gas, riot shields. I'm RPGing the fuck. Oh, actually, we're not gonna be able to do that. We're gonna be able to do it, but like the weapon system is gonna be completely different. It's gonna be similar to Red Dead. You only can hold a certain amount of weapons, like realistically. I like that though. Advanced combat tactics, and they recognize your vehicle. I love that. I love that recognize your vehicle. That's why any vehicle or getaway car that I use, that shit getting burnt. I don't care what, that shit getting burnt. I'm burning it. Either I'm burning it or recustomizing it, but I'm probably gonna do some burn. I'm probably gonna burn it. Zero evidence, bro. Not even a little bit of evidence. What if Jason wants out of the life and becomes a CI? He doesn't seem like he's into being a criminal like other protagonists. Facts, bro. Especially in the beginning of the trailer, like trailer 2. Like he just don't seem like he's a criminal ass nigga. He seems pretty chill, you know. GTA 6 better have a police dog. Right? I think they're gonna have dogs. I can see them having dogs. For sure. I believe there's gonna be a moment, right? I believe there's gonna be a moment where we are going to have to make a choice. I think this game is going to be heavily choice-based too. Not choice-based, but, you know, like GTA 4, you had to make choices and that determined the outcome of what's going to happen in a certain part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Endings, all that stuff. So, maybe not. But, if so, I feel like there's going to be a choice whether to take down or kill Brian or not. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. It seems like Brian is coming off as a father figure. I wouldn't say father figure, but a little bit to Jason. So I feel like that's going to be a hard decision for him. I feel like there's going to be some situation like that in this game. I don't know why, but I truly do believe that this game, that GTA 6 is going to be a very, very personal game. When I say personal, I mean very emotional. We're going to... similar to Red Dead in terms of we're going to get very attached to the characters. Cyberpunk was kind of like that too. A little bit. Yeah. But I truly believe we're going to get very attached to these characters. I mean, even people like Brian, for example, or like, you know, it's going to make it seem like that we're the ones inside of the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I love about these games, man. Rockstar games. Insomniac does well at that. Naughty Dog does amazing at that. CD Projekt Red. So all of these games are like that. I love that. I love that. But making a choice to take him down, kill him, or that would be just different things like that will suck. In a good way though. You know, it'll be like, damn, bro, bittersweet. Yes, like Red Dead Redemption 2, but in GTA 6, man. Brian and his third wife might play a role into him, fact, bro. Yeah, yeah.
An undercover police officer, and I have a whole other video about that topic, so if you're interested in hearing my thoughts, then go and check that one out. And the last set of unnamed characters that I want to talk about in the video are these characters in this scene where Jason is confronted, being asked if he's a Fed. Now, I think that these characters are all going to be pretty minor characters, and this might be the only scene that we even see them in the entire game.
Maybe. The only scene? Maybe. Maybe. That's maybe. But maybe not. Maybe not.
But
maybe
I'm sure they'll have names in the game, so that's why I'm including them here. And my personal prediction for what's happening in this scene is that Draquan is doing a deal, and Jason is there as kind of backup or extra hands, just to make sure that things don't get out of hand. So those were some of the characters that we don't know the names of, but we know a little bit about. And now I want to switch to the characters that we know the names of, but we don't really know a whole lot else about. Starting out with Lori, who is Brian's wife, and specifically his third wife. We see her show up in trailer 2, and then she shows up in a few of the screenshots and video on the website. And although we don't know the full extent of her involvement at the marina and the crime world, we do know that she is helping out at least a little bit here. I mean,
Newsboy, I made a whole video about that. Y'all gotta get on YouTube and watch my videos more often. Does he got 3 wives? No, I don't think he got 3 wives. I think it's more so of the fact that that's his third marriage. Like, it's his third wife in terms of he's been married 3 times. You see what I'm saying? I could be wrong. He probably do got 3 fucking wives. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Although we don't know the full extent of her involvement at the marina and the crime world, we do know that she is helping out at least a little bit here. I mean, we have this screenshot of Brian handing a gun over to Jason, and Lori is standing right there with him. So she has to be at least somewhat involved in some of the crime aspects. We also know about the character Downplay, or this rapper Downplay, and name only because he's mentioned on the website.
Downplay like gunplay? I fucks with it.
As he was the guy that helped Real Dimes break out with a hit single. Outside of that, we don't really know anything else about him. And we don't even know if we're going to see him in the game at all.
Probably not.
And then there's one final named character that we know about that was in the leaks in 2022, but we didn't see it all in the trailer. And his name is Wyman. Now, it's believed that this person in this screenshot could potentially be Wyman. I mean, he matches the description of what he looked like in the leaks, but, you know, it's hard to tell for sure because...
So I feel like there's going to be Jason's obviously clearly going to know somebody in like in the wildlands, like grassy areas and shit like that, or where the swamps and shit is at. What's that area called again? Grasslands? It's not called the grasslands. It's called green. What is it called, y'all? One of y'all know.
So we're only seeing the backside of his body. But that being said, we still don't really know anything about him other than the fact that we're going to run into him somewhere in Port Gellhorn, probably at the Starlit Motel. And speaking of Port Gellhorn, I actually recently did a trip where I went to the real-life location that Port Gellhorn is based off of, Panama City, Florida. And
yeah, PCB, bro. Well, that's Panama City. That's not... So they got PCB on the game? They gotta have Panama City beach. They had to have the beach on here too. They gotta have the beach on here too because, bro, I used to go to PCB all the time. I've been to PCB so many times, bro. Panama City. I've been to Panama City so many times, bro. I've been all through this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? In Florida. So them having actual PCB here is fire. Yeah, they gotta have PCB like. Panama City, of course, but they gotta have the beach side as well. They gotta have that. Like, if they don't have that, I'm gonna be tight. And they gotta have all of the... If they have PCB here, I'm gonna know every fucking area. Like, if they have the beach side, I'm gonna know all of that shit. I'm gonna know everything. If it looks identical to it, I might cry. Because we used to walk that strip like a mother. Excuse me, like that front beach strip, we used to walk that motherfucker like a motherfucker. Boy, what? Oh my God. Man, that shit used to be so much fun, bruh. Bro, we was in high school going on spring break. This is when high school and college used to do spring breaks together, bro. Like that, they don't do that anymore. That shit, I never told y'all about those stories, bro. I could call my bro and everything. I could call Elway and everything. Like the trips that we used to have to PCB in high school were insane, bro. This nigga Magdy be tweaking, bro. Magdy, are you still dating that girl? I hope not. Let me not say that.
Tell him to bring me my money.
Yeah! Yo, Rich the Ghost. Yo, big love for the dono, you heard? Big love for the dono. Shout out to Rich the Ghost, bro. When I see this right here, chat. When I see this shit pop up, and I press that motherfucking play button like this, boy. When I press play game, I'ma shed a tear right there. And when I see that shit right there, I'ma shed a tear, bro. On my mother. Bro. I'm shedding a tear, bro. Let's continue this. Miles won't believe it. I swear to God, I'm gonna go crazy, bro. I swear to God.
City, Florida. And I went and visited a lot of the locations that we know are going to be in the game. I mean, it's basically like getting an early access preview to the game, if you think about it that way. So it's going to be up on the screen right now, so go and click on it, watch it.
It's going to be
if you
fire.
Watch it, you're going to love it. Everyone that's watched it has loved it, so I think you will too.
King Mo facts, bro. I'm looking forward to it, bro.
That I'm going to end up
we going to make this shit happen.
Film a Vice City video and all the other locations, so if you want to see that stuff, go and watch it, support the channel.
Shout out to Adrian, bro.
Hit subscribe, do everything.
I fuck with Jade. Hell yeah. JID's dope. Yo, shout out to Adrian, bro. Like I said, bro, big love, bro. That was a great video. He always makes great content. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm looking forward to GTA 6, bro. I'm looking forward. I do pray to God they have PCB. You know what I'm saying? I hope they have the beach side for Panama City Beach. So, I'm looking forward to everything with this game, man. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. I'm going to go crazy, you know? I'm going to literally go crazy. Feel me? So, yeah, man. Damn. Damn. For the final trailer for GTA 6, they got to use the On Run song with Beyonce and Jay-Z. That shit would be heat. Yo, they could do... Yo, they're not going to do that, you know what I'm saying? But they could do some crazy shit. There's going to be a lot of copyright shit in here. I'm going to have to mute the fuck out. God damn it. They need to make a copyright version, bro. Like, free for streamers. Cyberpunk did it. That was a good video, bro. Make sure y'all like that video after you watch it. Well, it's going to be uploaded by this time, you know, if you're watching this. So make sure y'all like the stream or like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on notifications after you do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely do that. But, hey, I'm about to look at... I got to look at something. I need to look up something. It has nothing to do with GTA. This is way off topic. Yeah, I'm looking at them cars. Fuck what y'all niggas talking about, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Alright.
Yo, forming matter down in the mentalist substance. Balance corruption, chest be hurting. I'm sure that it's nothing. Different discussion, forming hope, but I'm coping for something. Testimony, testifying, beats with lines that I'm punching. Never clean for a nation, picking regime, still chasing dreams while I'm bracing, damaging screens that I'm facing fiends of the murder, pacing in sync, still waiting, taking these scenes and I break them, place them in schemes.